What's going on, guys? Welcome to this week's video. I'm Steve, and today is a great day. After 2 years of owning the Mustang, figuring out the 1JZ, and spinning out countless times on track, we've addressed all the major things, and it is finally time to throw some serious angle at it. If you've been watching along, you've been noticing, well, kind of suck at driving, kind of spinning a lot.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Front end on this thing is actually an SN95 QA1 lower A-arm. It's got the coil spring to lead, everything like that. It's on coilovers. But the problem is it has enough angle where that lead wheel will bind and actually grab the front wheel, and then you're just, woof, you're gone. It's unpredictable, doesn't have a ton of angle, and it binds really easily. So now that I have everything else sorted out with this car, it is finally time to get an angle kit on this thing to really be able to drive the balls off of it. When it comes to angle kits, there's not a ton of people making them for Fox bodies, but I had to go with the local boys. Guys at FDF have a monster kit developed for a Fox body. So I called them up, asked them, hey, gotta get my hands on it, and they delivered. It's mean, it's FDF green, and this thing is going to be an absolute machine with it on. Check this kit out. So this kit is designed to work with a Fox body, and it comes with everything. We got new camber caster plates for a Fox body. We got new knuckles, we got new arms, we got tie rod extensions. We got everything in this kit to make it sick. Now there might be a little bit of cutting and grinding and fitting involved with this, which kind of hurts me because the Fox body is pretty clean, but these arms are beefy and about 2 inches wider than stock. They got a ton of clearance, and they're mean and green because we had to go with the FDF green, and it is going to be looking sick. So it is time to start tearing the front end on the Fox body down for the final time and fitting this kit up, and I am friggin' pumped. So here is the culprit of a lot of the spins that you guys have seen me do in this thing. Give me a second. This guy contacts that back arm, and it has been sharpening this wheel. Like I mentioned at the start, this guy is kind of cobbled together. I believe that when this was put together, it was kind of more of a street cruiser. It had 331 gears, and it still had a lot of the SN95, 5-lug conversions, and it had a lot of nice parts on it. So QA1 lower tubular A-arms had an SN95 knuckle, SN95 hubs on it, and it had strange suspension with QA1 springs on it, as well as some Maximum Motorsports arms. All great stuff, but it is just tired. And for what I'm trying to do, it's just not it. The kit basically reuses your main front wheel bearing, which is great. Everything fits perfectly, which is great because I don't really know what I'm doing here, but it was very satisfying to tear off all these old parts for one last time and start to build this kit. So the work associated with putting the FDF kit on a Fox body is not for the faint of heart, and I would say it is right on the edge of where I'm comfortable because there's a lot of fabricating and fitting that you're going to have to do. This kit adapts the kind of weird 3-hole slot that the Fox bodies have to a more traditionally spaced 3-hole top hat with a top hat adapter. It also moves the shock mount forward and up. So basically what I had to do is, first of all, clearance the frame rails to make sure these things would fit, which was a little sketch to me. Then you had to re-drill all of the top hats in, cut away a bunch of your tower so everything would fit. I can show you where we are at. Don't judge me because this isn't done yet, but basically I've had to re-drill these holes and then open it up because that is where I'm moving my shock from. It's going from here to over here. On the underside, again, don't judge me too much, but I have had to cut away this frame just so I can get the shock to clear. In addition, also has a rack adapter in here. So this basically adapts the rack to work with the FDF tie rods. Don't pay attention to my welds too much, you know,
As I mentioned, this was kind of on the edge of my skill level, so grinder and paint makes you the welder you ain't, and that is true in my case. They will hold. They're not gonna win any beauty contest, that's for damn sure. So now that I'm in theory gonna have all this angle, I really needed to address my blown out suspension. It's sitting over there. It was strange shocks with QA1 springs on it, and they were blown. Like a, I'm not gonna go there. They're done. So there's no way I was gonna mount that garbage back up on there. So in addition to getting the kit from FDF, I reached out to them and said, hey, you know, do you have any good setups for a Fox body, spring rates, everything like that? They're like, yeah, we got this guy, his name's Chelsea. We work with him. He's got a pretty good Fox body, it's all set up. We'll set you up with his setup. So they sent me the Chelsea Spec BR BC Racing coilovers. Now, I'll be completely honest with you, I don't know what the spring rates are, but if it was good enough for this Chelsea guy, then I'm sure it'll be fine for me. Backing up a step further than that, anything will be better than the pile of shit that I was running on this before. So, I'm so close. It is time to get this angle kit fitted up. And then unfortunately, the last part of cutting and nastiness with this kit is, there's no way I'm getting a wheel back on here, so we're gonna have to kind of zoop that out. I'm trying to get all this work done because it is Wednesday night and I'm going drifting on Sunday. And right now my car has 2 wheels and I'm going to delete the last 2. So I gotta finish cutting some larger holes for my top hats, my top hat adjusters here. Then I gotta start bolting up the kit, figuring out how much of the fender I gotta cut away. We're gonna be bolting some bolts, putting some things together, but we're gonna be jamming on this to try and get an alignment done. Many hours later, this is where we are at. We've got FDF kit and BCs on both sides. Here's what they are looking like. Very nice. So we had to kind of chop the upper frame rail because we relocated our springs kind of outward more. So we had to kind of chop and plate that. Another thing I noticed here is down by where the front of the lower control arm mounts, when it comes up, there's potential for contact, so just clearance that a little bit here. Another thing that is absolutely gonna have to happen, these tires ain't fitting anymore. Rest in peace to my minty fenders. These guys are done. We've moved the wheel super far forward. Let me show you. Yeah, it's not gonna fit. We're gonna have to do some trimming, which really sucks. You can see how far forward the wheel has moved. That's just looking for some self-steer. And oh boy, she's been pushed out a little bit. I'd say we're probably gonna have this much poking out, but I'm gonna start disassembling this. Let's see what the angle looks like on this. Okay, not bad. I think we can do better than that though. Wish me luck. We are back at Shannonville. Last time we were here in September, a couple things have changed on the car. We got a 410 rear gear in it. We got a set of Denofa Spec BC Racing coilovers on this thing. And of course, we got a little more angle. We got the FDF Fox body kit for this thing. And just got here, it's Sunday. We're gonna shake this thing down. Fortunately, all the FDF boys are here and I parked right behind them. So if we got any troubles, we know who to call. Just tightening up my bump stops right now, and I got a weird issue where my lower control arm, the heim to the knuckle, still has a little bit of slack in it. So I'm just kind of doing my thing, tightening up some stuff, and we got tech soon. So we're trying to get this thing ready, get her going. I'll let you know how it goes. So that's it, we finished fixing the kit, past tech, we torqued our wheels. time to go out on track and send this thing, and every single time I'm always pretty nervous. So we're gonna try and take it nice and easy, shake this thing down, and see what happens. We have a new rear end, 410. We have new suspension all around, which reminds me I should stiffen that up. And we also have an FDF angle kit, so it's gonna be a world of difference. Okay, not bad. It's all in one piece. Survive. Still got tires, for God's sakes. Oh, baby. Oh, yes. That felt great. So first rip with the kit. That is a resounding success. Try not to celebrate too early. Feel like I might be able to dial in a little bit more self-steer. It's going to be tough. I'll have to go back and look at some of the footage here, but man, this thing absolutely eats. Gearing in third, you really got to have some heat coming into that wall. It just doesn't quite like to light that turbo off. So I'm running about 30 PSI on all my tires right now. So I might go back out, give this thing just like a once over, go back out and just see how she's feeling. But honestly, FDF, if you're gonna put a kit on your car, this thing rips. All right, Dad, any last words? You'll be fine. It'll be just like the BMW.
My palms are sweating.
Oh, that's all right.
Overall, test day was a huge success. I did get shut down early by two things, one of which was my new diff cover had a spot for a diff vent that I did not install. So once fluid got hot enough, kind of started puking out onto this one. And the second thing that shut me down was I had a seal around where the fuel pump goes into my tank that ripped somehow, and it was kind of leaking fuel. So I'm leaking gear oil, I'm leaking fuel. I don't want to catch on fire, and I don't want to nuke my rear end. So I called the day early, but overall, with all of the things that we changed on this car, it worked perfectly. New gearing is great. New suspension feels fantastic, and the angle kit is wild. All along with the power and how happy this JZ is, this car is pretty well sorted now. It was great to be able to test it at the FDF day, see all the boys, and it was awesome that my dad came out and I got to scare the crap out of him. So even though the day ended early, you can still call it a success. The next time you see this car, it's going to be on a trailer with Rets 86 because we are headed to Shawano, Wisconsin to drive an absolute bucket list track, US Air, for Club FR Day. That's going to do it for this week's episode, guys. Like, comment, and subscribe. It means a lot to us. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next time.